Oh, I cursed him out in English and Creole. Mind you, he's not Haitian. I had to end that conversation with "Get mama." Hey Jams, it's MissJemima and we are back at it again with another motherfucking video. So today we're gonna be doing a chit chat, get ready with me. It'll be just makeup because I actually need to get ready to film another video. And I figured I would come and chat with you guys because I wanna chat. I saw a video that Kev on Stage posted and I was just like, oh, I kind of want to talk about it a little bit. So period, we're bringing these back, a little chatty, get ready with me. Let me know how you guys like this video. I think I did like 1 or 2 before and we can kiki in the comments. But I'm also in the middle of a move, so forgive me. Forgive my space, forgive my brain. My cells are all over the place, okay? I'm all over the place. Today's energy is brought to you by Alani New, Kim Aid, not sponsored. I feel like I tried this before, but I don't remember. A lot of you gonna do it for me every time. Yeah. Anyways, let's get into the video because I'm rapping. All right, so first things first, I'm going to prime. I'm gonna do my usual shebang because I actually really need to get to work. So it's not gonna be super chatty or super lengthy. I say that, and then y'all know I start wrapping up a storm. Ciao. It's the lies for me. It's the lies for me. Nyx, plump right back up. I am still riding hard for this stuff. Like, ever since I discovered this, shout out to Tasha for introducing me. She did a video about it. If I remember, I'll link her stuff down below. She did a video about it and I've been hooked on it ever since. Like, girl, yeah, it just doesn't hurt me. And then I'm gonna be running errands afterwards, so I'm actually gonna do my makeup too last. But I don't wanna do like a heavy situation, you know? Like, no heavy situation. Cutesy, light, breathable, but still glam. Okay, and then One Size Oil Sucker Primer. Baby, you can tell it's used and abused, baby. That the print is worn down, okay? Oh Lord, I got a fresh haircut and there's still hair particles on my face. So when I just wiped the primer all over, I picked up hair. Gross. Okay, for foundation, what do I want to use? I kind of want to use something that I know I'm not going to be able to use during the winter months. And I'm sad about it because I got the NARS foundation. Beautiful, beautiful formula. The color is already not working for me. And I'm like, I'm not going to be on the beach anytime soon. So it's going to be sitting in here until next spring. Upset about that. What else do I want to try? I'm just going to do NARS. You know what? Why not? Okay, yeah. Let's go for NARS. I'm actually gonna mix my NARS. This is in the shade Marquise, and she is not the best shade match for me, but the shade that I suspected was not available for me to test in store, and this is close enough, plus I had a tan. This is full cove, babes, full cove, so I typically like medium, so I'll be trying to shear it out, y'all. But anyways, I was scrolling on Instagram and Kev on Stage posted a video that he stitched talking about dating etiquette when it comes to making plans and confirming those plans. I'm gonna insert the video so you guys can see everything that he said, the actual video itself, and the question that he posed.
Just want to preface this by saying I'm so glad I've been married for 21 years and I don't have to date. This person posted this from a friend, and for context, the previous convo was on Sunday night. But who was in the wrong here? So on Sunday night, the man is in purple. He says, let's definitely try it. How does 7:30 sound? She says, perfect. I'll meet you there. Day of, which is Tuesday, the day he posted this. Hello. I will probably be about 5 minutes late. The guy says, she says, oh no, you needed to confirm that this morning. I thought this wasn't happening, so I'm not there. We will have to reschedule. He says, oh, wow. Haha. She then responds and says, I'm still interested. Don't get me wrong, but this was silly of you. And I am a gal who deserves the basic decency of you reaching out to let me know we're still on ahead of time. He responded and said, I'll be honest, the whole situation just seems like a sign to me, and I do apologize about not confirming plans with you. It's unfortunate this situation happened. She said, for me, you should be so excited the morning of our date. You can't wait to reach out to me and let me know you're looking forward to it, but that's the bare minimum on how I view it on But that's the bare minimum and how I view it on what I deserve to find what I'm looking for. First of all, I can't read. A comma could have been somewhere in there to help me out. This is just words. There's no punctuation out for me. Girl, you could have ended that anywhere. I'm sorry, I'm beside myself. Now, as far as who's wrong, I don't know, because I don't know the current landscape for dating. I need y'all's help. Do you need to reconfirm the day of if you confirm Sunday night? Because for me, we just went to dinner with our homegirl Nina in New York. We confirmed the day of because we had made the plans like 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago. I feel like a lot can change in 3 weeks. But if we confirm Sunday night, Tuesday, I feel like usually much hasn't changed. But are people double confirming the day of? Because I asked my wife that, she said, I would like a confirmation, but if he didn't, she would have. But then I found this, a collection of TikToks that he didn't confirm the date the day of, so there will be no date. When he doesn't confirm the date by the deadline, so now I'm going out with the girls instead. If he doesn't confirm the date by 2 p.m., he's done, ladies. Confirming the date, or there is no date, like the date is confirmed the day before, or at very least the day of. So now I'm back to wondering, what is the protocol for the modern dating relationships? Because it's less than 48 hours. I feel like I'm just so glad I'm married, because I don't know, man. I don't know.
Going in with the Say Do Bronze in the Shade sale. But yeah, so homeboy and homegirl are texting and they are talking on a Sunday, and they make plans to link up on a Tuesday, but there's no communication between them since that conversation on Sunday. So it's basically, hey, let's make plans, and then crickets, and then, oh, hey, by the way, I'm gonna be a little late to dinner, whatever, that Tuesday. And she responds saying like, babes, I'm not there, like, don't worry about it. She said, oh, you don't need to be running at all, babes, you're running by yourself. I'm not there, I'm not in the vicinity, I'm not making plans to see you. Like, you missed your window of opportunity when you did not hit me up earlier today, babes. Like, you didn't confirm that this was still happening, so you don't even need to text me right now. And this is a very popular topic on social media, you know? I hear about this quite frequently. Gosh darn, this stuff is so good. Like, ugh, it's so good. Here's the thing. Before I really started entertaining men, this seemed like such a, it seemed like a created problem. Cause I'm just like, what is the biggest deal? Like, you make plans, why do you need to confirm? One thing about me, when I make a plan, babes, it's locked and loaded in my calendar, especially because, babe, I'll forget immediately. So as soon as I make a plan, it's in my calendar. I'm assuming it's a go, right? In a perfect world, that should be enough, you know? And depending on who you're talking to, maybe that is enough. Some people probably can't relate to this. Unfortunately, I do. I do. Everyone has different experiences when it comes to dating, and you really never know what people have experienced. So if this is not something that applies to you, like, I understand that, but it doesn't negate the experience for others. So like I said, when I was younger, I didn't think it was the biggest deal. Like, we make plans, I don't really see the need for him to like reach out, unless I just wanted to talk to him. But baby, after a man has ghosted you, after a man has flaked on you, after you've experienced making plans, showing up, expecting him to come out, nowhere to be found, crickets, don't hear nothing, you start to demand things like this. And that's how this extraness is created, right? That's how these scenarios are started. They don't come from nothing, you know? And I feel like maybe once upon a time, it was enough to just make the plans and just have faith and trust in the person that they will follow through. And for whatever reason, if they can't, they will let you know, right? But people are flakes, okay? Men are flakes, and I feel like some women experience it more than others. Like, I have a friend who says she's never in her life been ghosted before. Never? Like, girl, that's crazy. All I know are ghosts. Caspers, okay? Like, what? Never in your life, not once? That's kind of crazy. So I completely understand where this conversation comes from, because it is now something that I too am aware of and I look for when I am entertaining someone of the male species, okay? Child, the struggle to talk and do my makeup and make sure I stay focused. This is nasty word, but you know what? It's because I'm not doing it enough. And the more I do it, the better I get, okay? Now, Jemima, let's stay on topic. But baby, the blend is blending. I mean, the blend is blending. Please, really quickly, I mixed my Hourglass, not foundation, concealer with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. And dare I say, I am in fact eating. The visage is in fact eating, darling. Yeah, so as someone who has experienced men flaking last minute, like not hearing from you at all before a date is a red flag for me, you know? And I understand both sides of the coin. Like, yes, it's extra, especially if you're not a man that does that, or if you don't really hang around people that do that. And so for you, it's just like, why do I have to go this extra mile, you know? But listen, it's not just about you, babes. Okay? When you're in the beginning stages of talking to someone, they're still learning you as a person. As of now, you are just part of the male species. And so until you prove to have certain qualities, unfortunately, if you want to lead with your best foot forward, it is best to proceed with caution. That is my word of advice. Just proceed with caution. Like, it doesn't take much to confirm, you know? It doesn't take much to just be like, hey, you know, just checking in, making sure we're still on for tonight. I'm still down. Let me know if you're still down, da-da-da. Boom, that's it, you know? And like I said, this is a big like social media conversation. So it's one thing if he's active on social media, he sees the conversation and he just thinks he's exempt, it doesn't matter, and just chooses not to confirm. It's another if they're not really on social media like that and they don't know the discord that happens online, because online is not a real place, y'all. A lot of the things that people argue about on the internet, these arguments are not happening in person, you know? Like, people are saying this and they have this expectation, this and this. And in real life, that's not what's really happening. You know what I'm saying? So I think there should be some grace depending on the person that you are talking to. Like, I love a foreign man, you know what I'm saying? Like, I love a little twang, a little mix of seasoning in my man. And so that being said, I have to account for cultural differences, right? I have to account for, you know, is he active on social media? Does he hang around a certain group of people? You know, like, what is his regular vibe? And take that into account. Now, that doesn't mean that you let the person slide with whatever, because you can very much state what your expectations are and let that be that. And honestly, in this day and age, with dating being as trash as it is, I just try to err on the side of caution. Like, I don't really want to do the whole back and forth thing. And if something fails, it's going to be because you failed and not because of like little things that lean towards miscommunication like this, assuming that, you know, he just was not well versed on the whole you need to confirm same day kind of thing. Now, at the end of the day, you are who you are, you want what you want, and you can demand what you want, and you can have the standards that you want. Personally, the language I would have used to convey my issue with how things were handled would have been a bit different. Like, she was a little condescending in her message. Like I said, if that's just what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But personally, being as you don't know, I'm assuming you don't know this person's background, because if y'all were really chatting up and talking like that, there wouldn't have been a gap between the last conversation and then the date, right? So it's giving, this is the first date, you guys are just now getting to know each other. You don't know where he stands on dating etiquette. And it's okay to let somebody know what your standards are. Like, for me, if I know this is a big deal for me, and if it's someone that I actually really care to, you know, get to know for real, because sometimes you'd be like, oh, whatever, fine, I'll go on a date. You don't care for real if it happened or not. Like, in that case, whatever. But if it's someone that you genuinely want to see, like, for real, and there is a difference. I don't care what nobody say, there's a difference. Lancome bronzer, ugh, stunning. Like, I'm just gonna lay it out on the table like, hey, you know, oh, we made plans, cool, see you on Tuesday, and if you don't mind, please confirm with me that same day to let me know that we're still on, da da da. That way you lay the expectation, and if he does not fulfill it, it's not on you at all, it's on him. And then you know for sure it's because he doesn't have dating etiquette, or he just didn't care enough to put in the effort. Boom, you know? And because you don't know nothing, you know, kind of just like, the language is not something that I would use. She really was like talking to him like a child when she was like, how silly of you. She was speaking in online internet critique language. Like, she was speaking in internet jargon, and personally I felt like it gave more, this is what I was told should be the standard, and so I'm regurgitating this, and not, hey, this is how I generally feel and this is something that I want to employ in my dating, if that makes sense. Fenty blush. Personally, I would have led with, you know, just would appreciate you confirming in the future so that I can plan my day accordingly. Just want to make sure we're still on the same page and just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no need to really do the most unless you know for sure that he is just not treating you the way you should be treated, in my opinion. I feel like I keep saying that because everyone has different dating standards, of course. And at the end of the day, if that's what genuinely makes you happy, then stick with it. You know, this is kind of just my thoughts on the situation as a whole. But like I said, I have, child, I've been stood up, okay, in the States and out the country. God damn, amount of drama. God dang, am I the problem? Oh my God. That's embarrassing. Oh my God. The things I put on the internet. Oh my God. And then she was like, you should be so excited the morning of our date. Like, why would you not speak to me? And I couldn't be mad because, like, same. I'm not gonna lie, I have that same energy because, like, I like my partners obsessed with me. You know, I like my partners to be in adoration of me. I like for my partners to not be able to get enough of me. Like, and not just my partners, people in my life. Like, I'm not a low maintenance friend, okay? I'm not a low maintenance anything in any aspect of my life. My God, even my skincare routine, my makeup routine, nothing about me is low maintenance, okay? And so, of course, that translates into romantic partnerships as well, okay? Exceptions are made if they're out of town, of course. But you also have to take into account that people very much so have lives outside of you. And it's just like, that's insane. That's crazy, because how are you not thinking about me? But the fact of life is, people are not thinking about you 24/7, child. And it's nasty. And I pray that we do find people that actually do think of us 24/7. But realistically, people have things going on, you know? And every time I want to get my panties in a bunch about someone not, you know, adoring me the way I want them to adore me, I'm like, Jemima, did you adore them the way that you wanted to be adored today? Or were you busy fighting for your life in a gym? You know, were you busy uploading a video? Were you busy recording a video and talking to the gents? You don't know what they got going on. I'm not saying go 2-3 days without talking to them, but sometimes they're just, you know, you just don't know what's going on. And especially in the beginning stages when they're planning to meet up with you, like, aside from what they may know of you aesthetically, okay, maybe you're cute and that's what drew them to you, but aside from that, they don't know you too well as a person. They're not going to be super excited. You know, chances are they're not going to be ecstatic about meeting up with you unless there's just something that was already there, you know, unless they had a biggest crush on you for a long time and they finally spoke up, you know, unless there's like an underlying story. But if it's just like a random guy, maybe you met on the app or something, or you just met out in the wild, there's not going to be a crazy level of excitement. But at the same time, I feel you, because how you meet me and you're not excited. So I get it. And that's the problem. I get both sides. Because why? What you mean? You haven't spoken to me in a day. What do you mean? And you know, in cases like that, I support a little level of delulu, okay? I do, you know? And I think that the best thing about partnership is finding someone that also supports, or at least will tolerate, the level of delulu that you have, okay? And that's really the goal. Like, I know some of the things I feel, girl, relax, you know what I'm saying? But also, I want you to indulge me still. You know, the compromise is I'ma chill on doing it as often as I want to, and you tolerate it, and you give in, and you give me what I need the few times that I do. And I feel like, what's wrong with that? At the end of the day, like, a win is a win is a win. So I feel her. I felt that when she said that. I said, oh, because how you not ecstatic to see me? But on the same token, it's like, girl, he don't know you. Like, if we're gonna be for real, child, he doesn't know you. And men, from what I gather, do not get excited about dates and stuff like women do, you know? And they, I don't know, maybe they're lying about it, but I just be like, y'all don't be excited, like y'all don't be nervous. Like, what's tea for real? How do y'all feel before a first date? If I have any men watching me, how do y'all feel before a first date? And I'm not talking about the love of your life, just general, regular, you're meeting women, you're entertaining women, you're talking on the phone, maybe you're texting, hey, like, let's meet up, let's do this and that. Do you guys get nervous? Do you guys like get excited? Or is it just like another day, another link up, like whatever? How do you feel? And for the women's, do you guys get excited over dates? Do you feel, I get nervous, but I get nervous meeting people in general. It has nothing to do with the man, everything to do with me and my lack of social interactional capacity. But based on his reply, he seemed to be a level-headed person, and that's where I feel like she may have fumbled assuming that she was even really interested in the guy. But based on how she responded, I don't know if she was or not, because I feel like we say a lot of stuff, but a lot of times we let a couple things slide here and there for the person that we really want, and we give them more grace to give them the time, and yeah, essentially the time really to make the changes that we want to see, right? If she really liked him, she probably wouldn't have spoken to him the way that she did, or I don't know, maybe she just stands on business like that, you know? I don't know, child. But I would say if you don't know somebody for real, I would give them the slightest benefit, even if like you're standing firm on what you say. And I have no issue with her standing down, like standing firm 10 toes down on what she said. It was more so the language, how she addressed it, because based on how he responded, he was very much like, oh, like, damn, I'm sorry, like I should have confirmed. But also like, why are you talking to me like that? That's a little crazy. That's a red flag about you. And you can't be mad at what he said either, because facts. Also, this eyeshadow is really pretty. It's from the NARS palette. This is the Laguna Ultimate Face Palette 2. Beautiful bronzer shades. It has a highlighter shade, and then the eyeshadow's right here. Stunning, 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 stunning eyeshadow. This may be my new favorite. I've never used this color before. I always use the pinky one, pinky berry shade. This orange is stunning. Oh my god, I hope it's picking up on camera. But yeah, the way he responded, I was like, oh, I'm not even mad at homeboy, like, cause she, you know, if somebody spoke to me like that, you know, but also I'm just a girl. I'm just a girl, and I especially as of late, I really do try to speak with patience. Okay, I think that after you've been dating a while, your patience starts to wear thin, and it's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, and in some ways it's great because you learn how to instill boundaries that will protect you and safeguard you from people that will waste your time, assuming that you're in a space to not waste your time, because sometimes wasting time is fun and you do it for the plot. But if you're not in that headspace, then those boundaries are good. Those lessons help you to know how to watch for certain things in the future. But on the off chance that you are actually interested in getting to know somebody genuinely, you gotta approach them from the fact that you do not know them. You don't know their experiences, you don't know what they know, what they don't know. And if you just want someone to know everything off the bat, that's fine. But I will say that having a little tiny bit of grace goes a long way. Now, if you let him know and he does not comply, or even after the situation, let's say you're like, hey, you know, I want for you to confirm going forward. Let's say give him a little grace, and then he does not, that's a whole different story. You know, that's a whole different story. But in a case like this, where it seems like he's unapologetic, he seems like he didn't have ill intentions, you know, I think he's worth giving a chance. You know, I think he's worth seeing, you know. And honestly, I enjoyed what he said. Okay, I said, oh, we like a man that can use his words, okay? And he was like, listen, I'm sorry, but also, like, you know, this is very telling of you as well. It is. It's very telling for him to let him know what he can and cannot handle. And it's given, if you can't handle this, you probably can't handle her. And that's just that on that. And that is also okay. Some men need to know when they are not able to handle certain women. Like, if you see the signs that she's a lot to handle, and you know that you don't have big hands to hold her up, to handle her, go ahead and let somebody else take your spot. Move out the way. Move out the way. Don't disturb that girl. Once you see that you can't, okay? Once you see that you cannot fulfill her desires, go ahead and step out the way, my guy, okay? Please. I'm so sorry. This face is so cute. Like, please. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I relate to what she said, because how you see me, how you meet me, and you not enthralled, you're not in love, you're not enamored, you're not infatuated. Are you kidding me? You can go a whole day, a whole 24 hours without speaking to me. I done cracked 3 jokes and you want to crack me like a crab? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. But like I said, I completely understand, and I actually support the whole you need to confirm. I'm not super strict about it, especially if we're in conversation ongoing. Like I said, I do give a little grace for that first time, but like, yeah. Okay, because for one, I want to see how you move naturally, but also I want to see if you're able to take constructive criticism, if you're able to hear an issue that I have and then solve it, if you're able to find a solution. So if I say, hey, you know, going forward, I'd like for you to let me know the plans a day before or 2 days before. I want to see how you can follow through with that, because that's also something that's very important. Not just a man that has it all the way together, because at some point you're gonna see where someone lacks, because we all lack somewhere for someone, okay? And you need to be able to see how how he can respond to that, because any fuckboy can know all the tricks of the game and know the plays and know how to woo you and sweep you off your feet, but not every man will take constructive criticism and actually fix the issue to make himself better for you. So personally, I like to see both. I want to see the whole 360. I want to see how you do on your own, and I want to see how you do when I give a little criticism. Okay, when I give a little problem solving for you to do, and how you take that. And that's how you get another chance. And that's really it for me. Hold on. Milani Make It Last Original. You know, I just started using this spray, and you know what? Hey. And she's cute, you know. I got that one. I also got the Zooey one. Make It Last Zooey. It's right here. I like to do a little Zooey situation on the cheeks. Hold on. That fancy blush. She looks a little intimidating in the pan, but like, it's just the cutest flush of color. After my last video that I did on the Towers 28 blushes, I did that on Instagram, and I did a heavy blush look. I went back to look and I said, ooh, you might want to step back a little bit from the blush, sis, because you did a little much. So I feel like I'm still reeling from that. So I'm keeping it cutesy. Oh, this smells so good. But yeah, I'm keeping it cutesy. I'm keeping it Grwm and demure with the blush, because I said, wow, the way I would do something today and tomorrow feel like a completely different person from yesterday's Jemima, it needs to be studied, because I looked back at that footage and I said, who is that woman? Who is that woman, and why does she put on so much blush? And girl, that was you 16 hours ago. That's crazy to me. Oh my God. But anyways, yeah, child. Where's my lip line? Lip line. I don't even know what lip I want to do. I do want to do a gloss, actually. No, I should do a lipstick. Could Teddy be cute, this look? Oh God. MAC lipstick smells so good. Okay, we have Cream Cup. I want to do this. Why not? Okay. Rare Beauty lip liner. I think this is strong. Oh, wow. But yeah, it's embarrassing. I'm not going to do, it's embarrassing. Getting stood up, like being played to the point where this is now a thing. But on a positive note, and it is so sad, because what we also need to study is wanting to see other people struggle to make us feel better. But like, seeing and hearing other people experience things like that makes me feel a little bit better that I'm not the drama, because like I too have been stood up. I've been flaked on. I've been bamboozled. It's been a mess, and it's been happening all my life. All my life. Child. I don't think I love this lip with this eyeshadow. I don't. I want a peachy lip. Ooh. Ooh. It's like a cutesy, like fallish color. Come on, Anastasia. Going back in with that lip liner again. Gotta wipe it off. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with men that they are actively doing this and like repeatedly. Why are you making plans just to cancel them? It's so weird to me, because what do you gain from that? Why make the plans at all? If you're not gonna meet with them, isn't it because you don't want to see them? So you extend the conversation for a couple more days because they think that something's happening, just for it to not happen. And then like, what? What is the end goal? I don't understand that. So like, if y'all know men that do this, like, please ask them and then report back in the comments, because I'm genuinely confused. I do not understand why they do the things that they do. Like, I'm so confused. This is the Anastasia Lip Velvet in Peach Amber. Like, when I tell y'all, I'd be so confused, because like, what is the reason? What is the purpose? That's like the lies. Oh my God. The lies. And then like, you be dating men and some of them be acting like they have no idea what you're talking about. You know the other men be lying. You know your boys be lying. And that's why I say it depends on the guy and like who's around him. Is he active on social media? Like, because some of them just be playing games. Like, you know that other men be lying, but you want women to act like y'all are angels. And then as soon as she acts like he's an angel and then she gets played, y'all call her stupid for getting played. Like, it's just, please. So if you're a man, please chime in. If you know men that do this, ask them and let me know what they say, because I am so confused. Like, why are we planning dates and link ups just to flake? You know, like, what is the reason exactly? Also, if you've been stood up, or if you've never been stood up, if you've never been ghosted, like, I want to hear about it down below. Because when my friend told me that, I could not believe it. I said, never ever in your life? Huh? You've never been ghosted? And like, I have another friend, she got ghosted recently, and like, it was so impactful to her, she can't stop talking about it. And I'm like, was this your first time? Am I the drama? Because if I'm ugly, just say that. Like, I'm embarrassed now. I don't know if I should post this. What if I am the drama? It can't be. Because if it was just me, it wouldn't be a thing on social media. It's a thing. It's a thing, period. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Let me know you guys' ghosting stories down below if you're not too embarrassed. My latest one, the last one that I experienced, yeah, it could be considered as ghosting. I was supposed to meet this guy out, and like I literally physically showed up. He was like, okay, on my way, about to head out. I'm there, I'm outside. He texted me, I'm outside. I come outside, nowhere to be found. What is the reason? When I told you, I sent him a text this long. Because at first I was like, you know what? Take the chin, take the L, it is what it is. Then I said, you know what? I'm tired of being peaceful Jemima. I'm in my villain era. Because why would you do that? Because at least flake before I leave the house. Don't confirm that you're about to leave and make me leave my house. Because one, when I be flaking last minute, you already made me waste my makeup and my perfume, okay? Just from getting ready. But at least that's where it stops. This fool, I left my house, wasted my time to drive there, my gas, okay, my energy. I went inside, I was a little early, bought a drink, just for you to be like, oh, hey, I'm outside. I come outside, nowhere to be found. Are you mad? And now, if I somehow find you and I put a Snickers in your car tank, I'm the problem. I'm the drama. And so I had to let him know. I had to let him know how I felt about him, because that's diabolical. But are things like this not happening to, is this just me? I might really be the drama. If I'm the drama, let me know, because like I'm embarrassed. Should I be embarrassed, or is this like men not acting right? Now I'm not so sure. This video might not be up very long. Anyways, that's it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it in the beginning, but I'm not enjoying it so much now because there's a little bit of self-reflection that's not oh my god. Child, anyways, let me know what y'all think. Let me know if you require confirmation on the day of you going out. Is it a big deal? Do you give grace? Like, am I tripping? Do you stand with her? Would you have responded the same way that she did? Would you have toned it down a little bit? Would you have just blocked them off bat? I remember my first like in-person ghosting was a guy I knew through my jobs. Oh my god, so long ago. Oh god, this is so embarrassing. So long ago. And we work in the same building. So it's like, why are you moving like this? You ask me out. You pursue me. You constantly come to my desk to flirt with me. Ask me out, so let's go to the movies. And like I said, every experience that you have is a lesson. It's a time for you to learn and how to apply it into future situations, okay? And he said, yeah, let's go to the movies. We set a date, we make plans. We're kikiing, chopping it up, whatever. We stopped talking maybe like I think that same day, like around 3 in the afternoon. We have plans for that night. I'm assuming things are still on. So he doesn't confirm technically saying, hey, I will see you later. I don't remember him doing that. But also, I didn't really feel like he needed to. One, because he asked me out, we made the plans, and we've been talking consistently since then. So if the plans were not going to be had, you would have just said it, you know? And it wasn't like a long gap of time where it's like he potentially forgot. No, it's like, hey, like we're going to move. I think either the day before or something. Plans were made, you know, it is what it is. But I didn't hear from him right before I left. I go to movie theaters. I'm hitting them up. Crickets. Where you at, Wendell? I hope you somewhere living the life that you deserve, Wendell. I would never forget that. That was the first real lesson. And I said, for me, it's not even confirmed the same day of. It's to the point where now I don't leave my house until you say that you left your house. You see how bad it is? And the thing is, these things are all created because of something. These don't come out of nowhere. There's been enough ill action on the part of men that we have now created systems to protect ourselves from having our time wasted. So I'm over here talking about her. Girl, it's not even day up. I need you to tell me when you're leaving the house. Now, clearly, that doesn't solve every problem because the latest situation, I left my house. Okay, he said, I'm outside. I'm outside the spot. I go outside. Nowhere to be found. And I hope you too are living the life that you deserve. You lucky I forgot your name. Actually, let me look it up because somebody might know him. Did I block him? Did I delete the thread? I'm good for a block and delete the thread. Y'all, hold on. I still got a little petty left in me. It's been, you know, it was a cute short era, my villain era, but I'm slowly healing from it. You know, don't worry. Oh, I cursed him out in English and Creole. Mind you, he's not Haitian. I had to end that conversation with "get mama." Yo, when I tell y'all, hold on, let me cover his number, child. I don't want to go to prison. Yo, when I tell y'all, I was literally cackling and saying this. I hope you always have dirt under your fingernails. I hope every time you spray your cologne, some of it drips out the nozzle and goes to waste. I hope your nose is always runny and when you sleep, it drips into your mouth. I hope you never hit a new PR in the gym for the rest of the year. I said there's a special place in hell for Nigerian men. You are the leader. I was so sick, but also I'm so unserious, and I hate that for me, because why don't you just curse him out? Like, curse him out for real. You playing games. I said, I hope your credit score drops 13 points. Like, at some point, Jemima, grow up. I might be the problem. Why would I say that? I'm surprised I still have this text thread. Y'all, this happened in April. This is recent. I'm so embarrassed. I can't believe I'm telling y'all, but it's the truth. So I understand exactly what she said. And you know what? I said leave a little grace. Forget that. You know what? Forget everything I said this whole video. Forget it. Curse him out. Curse him out. Because these niggas is playing. They be playing games. They be playing his game. Damn, I forgot his name. Because I know somebody probably know him. Okay? Somebody know him. And you know what? I should see if he's on the T app. Oh my God. Oh my God. Charles. If y'all know a Nigerian man named Charles. Short. Maybe like 5'10", maybe. Chocolate. Wears Wolverine cologne. Tell him I said, I hope you live the life that you deserve. And you fumbled this delicious baddie. And you know what? I'm glad you did. And I hope your credit score dropped 13 points. Thank y'all so much for watching the video. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Toodles. Oh my God, that's so embarrassing. The things I tell the internet. And one thing about it, once you don't watch this video never happened. This conversation didn't happen. This story didn't happen. Okay? I like to have selective memory. Please adopt my mentality and selectively forget it too. Thank you.